I welcome you back to the House of Graphic Literature, and today, from Indiana Jones concept art to creating the X-Men logo that we know and love, to doing about 40 comics, Jim Steranko left his mark on Marvel Comics and comics as a whole, and only did it in about 2 years. And that's what we're discussing today. We're going to be discussing his 3 issues of Captain America that he did. And I really want to make a point to say that if you've never read a Jim Steranko comic, they've been reprinted thousands of times. You should be able to get your hands on at least one of them, whether it be his Shield work, the 2 issues of X-Men that he did, this Captain America 3 issue stint. Like it's all very accessible, and the volume that I'm using is actually kind of strange. It's from the UK as far as I'm aware, because it's from this Grand Dreams publisher, but I really like the reproduction on this, so this is the one that I'm using. However, this is what I had previously. It's 2 issues called Captain America Special Edition. I don't like the reproduction on this one. It's very weird. It's using the Baxter paper, that like a lot of reprints were, but the coloring is just really fucking bizarre. But I will say, I like these for the sheer fact that they reprint other Jim Steranko stories in them, like his classic, At the Stroke of Midnight. Oh, it also reprints the covers, which is very nice. And then there's also, this like really strange, romance story that, that Steranko did. Yeah, this one right here. Utterly bizarre, but really cool. And then there's some Shield stuff in here too. Luckily, we won't have to rely on these editions for too much longer, as Fantagraphics is doing a nice big volume of every Steranko Marvel comic, which is very exciting. But for the time being, this is what we have, and this is what we're going to use. This covers Captain America issues 110, 111, and 113. 112 was actually a fill-in done by Jack Kirby, which was meant to sort of go through the entire history of Captain America in 22 pages or less. Very impressive issue, very cool issue, but it's not reprinted here because it's not by Steranko. So the idea with this was sort of to create a legend for Captain America, because Captain America as a character, he's pretty legendary, of course, being created by Jack Kirby and all that jazz. But like from within the confines of Marvel Comics as a whole, they really wanted to define him as a legend in a quite literal sense. And so that's exactly what this miniseries sought out to do. I do want to quickly show you how different these reprints are, just by putting them next to each other. Yeah, there's quite a stark difference between these two, hence why I'm using this one. Which, this one is probably the closest to the original printing, other than the original issues. But it does change some stuff, specifically some lettering I don't love. But we start out with this amazing splash page. I love this. This feels very Eisnerian, which makes a lot of sense. I know Jim Steranko was a big Eisner fan. But it really just throws you into the action, which is something I really dig about this comic a lot. You know, it takes no time to just, because Jim Steranko, he's all action all the time. You gotta just start getting the ball rolling. And so we introduced to this conflict, which turns out to be the Hulk. Amazing half splash here. I love these hands. Very Kirby-esque, but still recognizably Steranko. And I love this silhouette right here as well. Again, very Eisnerian, sort of lead up panels here. And then of course we have the big one. It's the Hulk. Oh, I will say for one thing, the writing is not very good in these issues. You're really not expecting anything special. It is a Stan Lee written Marvel comic, which means it's bombastic, it's goofy, it's kind of dumb. Um, so you're really here to gawk at the pictures, but man, it does kind of add to like the whole feel of it overall. This is another really great half splash here. Captain America running into action there, and then amazing close up of the Hulk's face here. Um, and then, like I said, we're just moving. So you have the military showing up here, and I love that they're all silhouetted green. And then their faces are like a different shade of green. There's a really cool page that we're going to be coming up to where Steranko used every single color or like every single version of every single color that was available to him at the time. And it's really fantastic. Um, Amazing sound effects. I don't know if Steranko lettered all the sound effects or if that was like Artie Simek or something. But still really has a lot of impact. And of course we got these skinny panels, which is something that Steranko is very well known for, and something I'm sure, say like Frank Miller probably saw at a very young age and thought was amazing. Um, so here we have this great standoff between Captain America and the Hulk. You got Rick Jones being introduced here because of course can't have the Hulk without Rick Jones. And then we have an amazing schmoz right here. Um, I love this figure. I love the way that Steranko draws the Hulk. He really draws him like a monster. Like there's nothing human about the Hulk under Steranko's pen. It's really something fantastic. Um, I don't love how like this red is just a little too bright. That is one drawback again with like these reprints is like the color is always going to look better in the originals, but there you go. You have that classic Captain America drop kick. For you Marvel vs. Capcom players, I'm sure you've used that a million times. Um, and then again, another amazing half splash right here, and just the movement is so perfect. Like you can really, like this reads so well, and it's so simple, but it's fantastic. And look at this, him getting batted away like that. It's great, and the expressions are so powerful. Like Steranko is amazing whenever it comes to cartooning faces. Like he's really good at capturing emotion. Um, and so you got Captain America here saving Rick Jones. Um, Again, another amazing panel right here where like this looks like so fucking hard to like do here because it's obviously this is one room, but it's broken up between four panels. So you get the whole the whole of the room, which this easily could have been just another like half splash, but with the fact that he made it four concise panels is just adds to like Steranko's wizardry. Um, Oh, sorry, bumped the camera. Then of course you have this moment right here where Rick Jones puts on the Bucky outfit. And I love the empty panel right here as well. Um, like there's something super iconic about that. Um, and then again, just really good character acting here. Um, and then again, amazing lettering with the constant alerts. And I love the shadow. I love this red shadow on Captain America's face. It's really amazing. And I love this magenta shadowed Captain America. That's so cool. And you have one of the most amazing splash pages ever. The gutter loss does kind of kill it a little bit, so let me show it to you in this reprint so you can see it a little bit better. Again, the color's really bad in this version, but still, I mean, that's just masterful right there, man. And this is something that Steranko would mainly be known for, is these amazing double page splashes that they just boggle the mind, man. And what's crazy is that like he doled that out. He didn't that like he did it so fast, and that's why they used Steranko for a lot of this stuff is because he worked so fast, like a Jack Kirby or so. But the thing is that like Steranko was, I mean, he was a punk kid, so he wasn't like he didn't have the discipline that a Jack Kirby did. That's why he only ever did 40 comics. But with what he managed to do was just masterful. Speaking of masterful, just amazing dynamism right here. Um, I love a good fight scene that done by Steranko, and these are just amazing. And I love this how the panel you break up the panel using the gun barrel. That's so cool, man. You get this classic throwing the shield. Um, Very Kirby pose right there. And then you got Captain America getting shot right there. This is it's a little silly the way he contorted back, but it works. It works fine. Then you have of course Madam Hydra. Something that Steranko loved to do was draw pretty women, which to according to many people, Jack Kirby never drew a pretty woman his entire life. I don't think that's true. But of course, like Steranko he was pretty amazing at that. Um, and I mean, look no further than his Madam Hydra. Just the anatomy is just so perfect here. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how well it works. Then you have this fucking contraption right here, just absolutely insane. Like I'm still wondering what that is. Like ever since I read this thing, it's just like a weird power suit or something. Again, breaking up the panels nicely. I love this. These three silhouetted faces, while Bucky's or Rick Jones is like looking at them from above. That's super cool perspective panel. And then of course you have like the exclamation that, oh, we've killed Captain America, he's dead. And then of course it turns out that Cap, beat the dude up and stole his clothes. And you got fucking Madam Hydra with a whip, which is pretty fucking wild. A bit of boingage for you. And then you have this right here. Steranko is amazing at drawing rushing water. Like that's fucking nuts right there. And you have another really good piece right there. Him saving Rick Jones. And you can't see it, but there's like little speed lines right there. And then of course end it with a little Dutch angle. So that would have been issue 110. This is issue 111 right here. And this is what I was mentioning, where like this is every yellow, every blue, every red, every orange. Like it's just like Steranko was such an iconoclast, like just trying new things constantly. And he was just like, yeah, fuck it, just use every color, like whatever makes it interesting. So you got Steve Rogers here. He's being hunted down because everyone knows who he is. And Hydra's coming after him. And he's the hilarious thing of the superhero wearing the costume under civilian clothes. And he had the shield somehow too, which I don't get how that would fit under that coat, but whatever. Another great face right here. And then you have this awesome piece right here, dodging the bullet, and just the way he contorts like the body is just insane to me. It's just so fucking wild. There you go. There's one of your big money shot pages. This is of course the stuff that Jim Steranko is known for. He did this plenty of times in Shield. It's in his X-Men comics. Like this is like the empty splash page is like the Steranko mark. And it's beautifully done here. um, especially with like it's almost like she's like standing on a stage, and these are like, you know, they got like the fucking the like the light sticks or whatever. It's like it's so cool, but I can't look past this panel right here. This insane piece of Captain America throwing the shield right through this dude. God damn, that's brutal. It's so badass. More Boindage and a really good close up, very Starlin-esque. And I love this black and white panel right here, sort of showing like the like as if it were like a newspaper clipping. And then, you know, you got Steranko really showing off his chops here with like perfect close up, and then, you know, pull the camera back and you got the two of them. This this is a funny tandem, but it like it works well enough, and it works for like the drama of the scene. I love this piece right here. I'm curious to see what that looks like in the reprint version, if it's nearly as good. No, it's not. The printing is pretty shitty in this version, but still similar effect here. Um, and so you have the nice little training montage here. Again, Steranko being able to twist up that figure, and using the multiple panels to showcase a flip is super cool too. And then, of course, I mean, this right here. I mean, this is price of admission. This is why these issues go for so fucking much, is for insane shit like this. It's so like Salvador Dali-esque kind of shit. Like before Steranko, shit like this just didn't exist. Like the closest you maybe got was like Ditko doing some wild shit, but like this is another plane of existence right here. Like the only influence that you could see from here is maybe like you can imagine like um the underground cartoonists doing stuff like that, because I feel like I've seen like a Robert Crumb page that is like, you know, formatted like this, but it's just like, this isn't a fucking superhero comic from 1969. It's just it's absurd to me. Um and so of course this is Rick Jones fearing that he's not good enough to be the next Bucky or whatever. And then again, just another fucking insane page. I love this. This is some album cover bullshit right here. The super psychedelic pattern right here. The exploding skull, like it's I don't know how to describe it. It's just so powerful. It's such arresting imagery that you just can't believe it came from a fucking Captain America comic book. It's so pop art, and that's a really good way to describe Jim Steranko's work. Is It's very, very, very pop art. Here's what that looks like in the original, or not the original, but this reprint. Not nearly as good, and you know, having it in this like oversized format really helps it a lot, I'd say. Anyways, another really great double page piece right here. Kind of looks better here, honestly, because you get a better view of everything. But again, the color's really bad. Um, but yeah, just like this is the original piece of art that you want to see, you know? Like if it was possible, like if this was then like this shit belongs in a museum, man. Like there's just something so amazing about this, from, you know, the glass shattering, the way the car just you could feel that it like stopped, and it's all because of like that slightly turned tire. Looks like like it's perfect like cartooning shorthand for for like stopping a car really fast. You got the gun here, and you got the blast, which looks kind of goofy, but it works because, you know, it's a fucking comic book. Um, like this fucking figure of Cap is just like, the anatomy is probably so fucked up, but it just looks so cool. that, like, you really don't even care. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And then, of course, you got, again, Jim's playing around with his crayon box again. You got these greens and yellows, which are super powerful. I love this, like, pink Captain America at the bottom here. Like, just, if there's anything that Steranko knew how to do, it was keeping, like, the color interesting no matter what. Like, it didn't matter what his characters were doing. He would, he would make them look as fucking awesome as possible. Another great Madam Hydra silhouette here. I love this skeleton right here for like sort of like X-ray thing. It's super cool. I love the shadow of Madam Hydra here. Very strong. Chiaroscuro. I love this. Lighting the eyes like it's a fucking James Whale movie. That's super cool. Again, very nice breaking up of the panels. A good little sclack. This fucking thing is so cool. I don't even know what it is. I thought it was the thing that Kirby introduced, like the I forget what it's called, but like that thing that could like mimic all the powers of the Avengers or whatever. But no, this is something entirely different. But it's so cool, and I just love how this is broken up. Of course, again, very Eisnerian of the broken panel and then the effect right here. Look at the weight of that smash. Like, you could really feel it whenever you're reading. And then you just have like this perfect like superhero comics page right here. This great fight. It's just like it's every trick in the book to make an interesting fight scene. I love these close-ups of Cap. This fucking panel right here. Again, another empty panel, but it just works so well. That punch has so much power to it. It's that thing where like if you really want to make your punches powerful, you gotta cock that head back. More really cool shadows right here, because this is on a rooftop, so you got like this great shadow of Captain America silhouetted on the rooftop. Then you get a nice shot from like a nice point of view shot looking down, where like Rick Jones is down there yelling to him. You got this great shadowed Rick Jones, which kind of looks terrifying. Then you have another amazing Cap and shadow, and then of course you have the big sort of the coup de grace for this issue, which is Captain America is dead. And then you have these amazing four faces right here of Rick Jones being terrified, the Hydra agent laughing, Madam Hydra just sort of staring into space, and then you have this cop just being like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened. And then of course they find out that it was a mask. Is he actually dead? Who knows? And then again, this is where I want to point out, they changed the lettering, which really pisses me off. They changed it to like this really just lame random font whenever we have this piece right here. And then here we are with issue number 113. Of course, like I said, 112 is like that really great Jack Kirby, like, explaining the history of Captain America in 22 pages or less, but you also get to see the Avengers in there, too. There's a lot of really cool, like, 3-panel and 4-panel compositions. I'll throw some of those up on screen. But we're getting right into it. Captain America is dead, or so the media says. And just look at this shit, man. Again, more Eisnerian bullshit here with having the camera show the names of, okay, it is Cymac. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Tom Palmer does the inks for this issue, and it's like it's so fucking good. Like, Jim Steranko with Tom Palmer is just icing. But yeah, you get this great shot. You get all these great like talking head panels, as like Frank Miller would use in like Dark Knight. And then, you know, Captain America's dead. Let's celebrate. And then you have Madame Hydra being extremely relieved because now she's avenged Baron Strucker, all that bullshit. Um, I love this Steranko tech. Normally you'd call that Kirby tech, but of course this isn't a Kirby comic, so Steranko tech. And then of course far away, even further, close up, shot reverse shot. It's just like it is so like it's like filmmaking. Like Steranko sees making these comics as like filmmaking, and there's how that looks in that version. And then of course you were staring at it. This beautiful page right here. I love this face up here, the way the fire works because it's like sort of just her like reminiscing on like, or not reminiscing, but just sort of thinking back to how shit her life used to be. And like I didn't know anything about Madame Hydra whenever I was reading this shit, but like this is pretty effective for like knowing. And then of course you got this amazing like rain panel right here. And I love the way that like this connects. Again, this could have been 3 separate panels, but it just works. It just works so well as one full page splash. Again, cutting it up. I love the we actually get to see the Hydra base. That's super cool. I feel like in a lot of the Kirby like shields you don't really get to see the Hydra base that well. So it's really funny seeing as like, oh yeah, this is straight up just like some James Bond shit. And I love this cracked glass right here. Oh, and classic Steranko right here. He used this in his first issue of Nick Fury. Not the Strange Tales issue, but his first like actual issue of Nick Fury. Um, you know, half face, eye, mouth, eye, hand. Like it's so fucking cool, man. Um, and then of course you get to see Steranko draw the Avengers, which is really cool. You don't get to see that often. Um, Draws them pretty well. And then yeah, this is whenever like Steranko's just doing like his Steranko bullshit, where it's just a bunch of skinny panels, this like strong like um just all the faces kind of making the same expression, but great silhouette here as well. And then of course we got the funeral for Captain America, and this looks straight out of that issue of Nick Fury that I referenced. These candles, dude. Look at these candles. Like you could feel like you could feel what like if you touch that it would burn. It's like it's so hard to make that like work effectively, but he manages it. I love this light shining on the casket as well. And then so Miller-esque right here. Like again, you could just tell Miller was just jerking off all over this. Um Really great um like pose right here. Like pose in front of the window with the phone. You can really feel the grief of that panel. And then of course it turns out to be a trap. These greens and yellows. Perfect for like the ambush. And then we get the reveal that it was Hydra all along. I love this piece of like one of them dragging away Hawkeye, and then you see the rest of them, and it's that perfect like forced perspective sort of thing. And like, goddamn, that looks so hard to draw. Surprisingly undynamic panel for Steranko right there. But he was already doing all this shit, so I can't blame the guy. Really amazing at drawing cars. That's another thing that Steranko really excelled at, was cars. I mentioned it earlier with that one panel, but like, goddamn, just look at that. And like he didn't have no Google SketchUp or anything. He had to do that shit off the dome. And I love how like he shoots like like every single angle of this car. It's so cool. And then here we are at the cemetery. Just look at that, man. Show you how that looks in the special edition version. Still pretty good. Regardless of the weird watercolors. Still beautiful. And of course, the money shot. We're gonna... Yeah, man. That's that shit you want, is like a poster. So cool. Just Captain America riding a motorcycle and jump like over the fucking over the headstone, jumping off of it, and just this constant action going on here. These guns out of this tree. This tree like says so much, and then you have them like loading all the Avengers and Nick Fury into each of the graves. It's so cool. And the full moon, dude. The full moon. It really ties it all together. Because it just, like, it just breaks it up perfectly. It's beautiful. And of course you got the big dialogue on the, or not the dialogue, but the little exposition piece right on the headstone. Which is, pretty classy. And then, yeah, you just got Cap in action here. Apparently Madame Hydra was here, which they didn't call to her being there in, like, past panels, but whatever. Sure, she's here. Another amazingly, like, impactful punch right there. This part right here. I'd own this. Like, if I couldn't own anything, like, any of the really big stuff from this comic, I'd want to own that, because that's pop art. That's pop art right there. And then, of course, this extremely famous panel, which is fucking broken up in the special edition by a fucking Beauty and the Beast ad. But yeah, it's just like, it's hard to fuck this up. But man, it just looks so sweet. And I mentioned something about like how I think the way this is written is pretty goofy. But this part right here is just like, you know, Stan Lee's like full like superhero philosophy. It's so cheesy, but it just like, it kind of makes you want to pump your fist. Another amazing punch. Some more Kirby hands here. And then this great pose right here. So heroic. Like, it just, there's something so perfect about that. Even looks great there. And then you have, dude, the fucking, the sound of, like the body's exploding in the sound effect. It's amazing. It's so fucking good. You got her propped up against the tree. Close up on the eyeball. Last ditch effort. You failed. Look at that. Amazing. There's how it looks in the special edition. This is just like, it's just like seeing like Steranko's pen and ink. And like, dude, the impact of them like rolling into the grave and then this happening is just so fucking awesome. So good. And just captures the bomb blast so well. This is the one this is the one thing that I couldn't get out of my head, because I'm like, Todd McFarlane, is that you? But yeah, it's so funny. Another great shadow though here. And then finally, of course, we turn to the last page here, where we get another strange perspective Captain America, but effective enough, and sort of them claiming Steve Rogers is dead, but Captain America lives on forever. And of course, you have a really nice last panel where he's walking toward the gate of the cemetery. And that is it. That is Jim Steranko's Captain America. And like I said, the special edition has some more stuff on it. You see, this is like a point where I would say that like there's a reason to get the special edition version, and that's for like stuff like this. Like there's just something so powerful about that compared to how like it was on two separate pages. But yeah, and then of course after that you get a bunch of this really cool shit. I said you get some Nick Fury in here, and you get the weird romance story, more Nick Fury. This one actually has Captain America in it, which is just like pretty great. So like whichever one that you can get, hell, get the just get the Fantagraphics hardcover whenever that comes out. But yeah, I know I don't normally talk like cape shit majorly on here, but I read this recently and I really wanted to do a video on it because I realized no one has really talked much about this story, and I think it deserves all the spotlight possible because it really is. It's like one of the most definitive superhero stories I've ever seen, and you know the art like really excels it to that status. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Um, I do want to quickly plug my Instagram, House of Graphic Literature, where I do stuff like this, showing off the collection, doing little write-ups on it. If you like that sort of thing, go ahead and give it a follow. But anyways, with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.